What the hell? What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our draft analysis for the CGT, the champions of Galar Tour. Guys, this is probably the best draft league on YouTube. We have people who are champions across the entire world, all throughout Generation 8, arguably 14 of the best coaches in the world, and we are one of them. Also, if you just noticed something different, hi, I'm Matt. How's it going, everyone? We're doing something a little bit different right now. We have a face cam for the very first time on the channel. We have this long-running joke where after 10,000 subscribers, we do it, but here we are, 1,200 strong and growing fast. But hey, I just want to say thank you to you guys for helping make this possible. If you guys do enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like down there on the video, like over there, like there, where it's like there or something. And then comment down below as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more. We're aiming for 50 likes on today's video, something a bit special, especially on the draft analysis. But oh my God, let's start off with the CGT draft analysis. Oh Lord, our team is crazy. Why? Because we have the first overall pick. Yes, sir. The first pick in the draft is ours. And I'm super excited because it is a Pokemon that I've wanted to use forever. I had it the very first draft league I did in Generation 8. I drafted this. But what happened? The league shut down. After 2 weeks. I had 2 weeks of using it. But now it's back. Now it's back, baby. Dragapult is back. Yes, sir. First overall pick. Dragapult. 20 points of our, I believe it was 115 point budget, is a lot. But it's okay. Not bad. Dragapult is still the best mon in the format, in my eyes. And it's really going to be it or Urshifu or Mew. And it depends on your flavor of the month. Go for it, but one of those three is the best mon. Period. Point blank. You can't argue for anything else, in my eyes at least. I definitely believe that having Dragapult makes my team really a cut above the rest because I have the highest ceiling in my eyes, but we really have to fill around the draft well because of that. In general, Dragapult, its speed tier 142, amazing. Really, it's only getting like outpaced by like the Regieleki, the Ninjas, and like the Zerors of the world and Scarfers. So I feel really confident, especially if I run like a Dragonlance set, that I can just sweep through people, especially if my opponent's team has been weakened, which my team definitely does a good job of doing, which is awesome. In terms of coverage, its coverage is bonkers, except on the physical side, really. It gets access to like Phantom Force as its physical Ghost Stab, which is like, not great. But it does get access to Dragon Claw, Dragon Darts as well, which are really good. It gets access to pretty decent coverage options. U-Turn as well. Thunderbolt, Flamethrower on the special side. Hex, Shadow Ball, Draco Meteor, super nice. Dragon Nest, like I said before. Steel Wing is its way to hit fairy types, which is not the best, but it's still an option nonetheless. In general, the fact that you don't have to run super speedy on Dragapult every week, you can like run enough speed for whatever opponent's base 110, 115 mon they have, and then just put the rest into your attack or special attack, or bulk even, and you're good to go, is kind of awesome. I used to think that Dragapult wouldn't be the best mon in the format because a lot of its, I guess, stats went to speed, which is not super necessary, and I wish it was stronger in its special attack. But no, the fact that it has this much speed makes it that much better. It's really, really good and can pick off teams super easily. As I bit my tongue. Damn, first time I ever do the face cam, I bite my tongue. What the hell? Alright, but Dragapult is super nice. 20 points, a little bit expensive, but I still think we can make it work. Our next mon is going to be, unfortunately, not the Mandibuzz. I really wanted Mandibuzz, but it got sniped. Damn. But it is what it is. We move on, and our next one is going to be a Pokemon I still can't believe was around this late in the draft, and that's going to be Excadrill. Excadrill is really good, and I'm super excited to have it. I have performed well with Excadrill pretty much every single time I've had it, and I've done exceedingly well, making multiple finals, losing in those finals, but still making finals and playing well with Sand in general. I just like the way it plays, and the fact that I can have this come in to sweep, break things, is really nice with Pult, because Pult likes to sweep and break things as well, so they can kind of break for each other, which is super nice. I think the pairing in general is super solid overall. Obviously, my Steel type doesn't resist Ice, which is not the best, but it's still a Steel type nonetheless to resist Fairies, which are something at least important to note. And the good news is Excadrill is usually paired with something like Tyranitar or Gigalith, which are both weak to fighting type attacks, and Dragapult is arguably the best ghost type in the entire format. So having that immunity there is super clutch too. So that's going to be our Excadrill. Moving on though to our next mon. Again, we have the wheel here is going to be our Primarina here. Now Primarina is awesome. I really like it. I haven't had the chance to use it really in Generation 8, but having access to Flip Turn, it just is my cup of tea. Oh my God, I would love to have tried Primarina earlier. In general, a super bulky fairy type, a super bulky water type. Offensive is all hell. 126 special attack is insane. Its speed leaves a little bit to be desired, but it doesn't really need that much speed because it's a slow pivot now, which is awesome for us. It also gives us amazing options for coverage. Moonblast, Draining Kiss, Scald, Hydro Pump. You can access the Energy Ball, you can access the Psychic, Shadow Ball as well, Ice Beam too. It's just some really good options for all of that. And Calm Mind on top of that is really solid too. So overall, Primarina is just a really good Pokemon in general for our team to be able to have a lot of success with, and also kind of get into our threats in Drill and in Dragapult. Now, obviously I could have taken T-Tar here, but that wouldn't have been really good because who's going to draft T-Tar without Sand, right? Or without Drill? Almost no one. So we're going to wait on T-Tar. But yeah, our next mon is going to end up being a Pokemon that you guys know and love. Is going to be the return of Firewall the Moltres. I really like Moltres. I have wanted to draft it so long in Gen 7 before Boots were even a thing. And now they're here. And oh my god, Boots are awesome. But we're kind of locked into running Boots on Moltres, which sucks, but I've done a really good job, I think, of using Moltres without heavy-duty boots, being offensive, being Scarfed, being defensive with leftovers, or a Chardy Berry, or whatever berry I want, and still putting in a lot of work. It's a good bulky pivot as well as Primarina is, obviously. It gets rid of the grass types for Primarina and Excadrill, which both those Pokemon really don't like to deal with. So it's an option for us to just be offensive too. It's another U-turn mon. It's a ground immunity as well for the Excadrill and for the Primarina, and I guess for the Dragapult too. None of them resist ground, which is nice. So we have some really good ways around those typings now, and Hurricane is super good. At the same time, we don't have to worry about missing Hurricane in the sand as much because Hurricane is only less accurate in the sun, not in the sand. It's the same amount of accuracy in sand, in hail, and in normal weather as, yeah, that's it. So yeah, Moltres is here. I like Moltres. 11 points, not bad at all. Good value. And our next mon, I got on the wheel with it. I unfortunately went with Rotom Mow, but I changed that up. I ended up going with something else after the draft, and I'm happier with this. And that's going to be our Vikavolt. Now, Vikavolt, you guys know and love. It's me. I use Vikavolt pretty often, but I still like it a lot. And the reason I like Vikavolt so much is because it's an electric type that can decimate water types, even though it's going to be immune, or water types can be immune to its electric attacks. That's because it gets access to Energy Ball. Bug was super strong, and it's got 145 special attack. And you don't even need to run a lot of EVs in your special attack because you can just put a modest nature and invest the rest into your defenses and HP and basically take any one hit you want. You can go Boot, you can go Occaberry. I know Owen's gonna love that I said Occaberry Vikavolt, but still Occaberry Vikavolt is great. There's a ton of different amazing options and sets on Vikavolt. Offensive with Throat Spray and Agility, defensive in general, or just a really bulky pivot is amazing. So right now, my last 3 mons all are super bulky, defensive, but hit hard as hell and can pivot into my Excadrill, my Dragapult. Love it. That is a staple of a MattOshea team. Our next mon is going to be a Pokemon that, sadly, I went with this Pokemon because we got sniped. We got sniped to Tyranitar. So you might be thinking I'm going for my Sand Setter now, but I'm not. I'm waiting. Because Tyranitar went, I can wait even longer until I get my Tyranitar, my Hippowdon, or my Gigalith, or my Baby Hippo, or whatever. But instead, the big reason why T-Tar got sniped is important is because we end up losing out on a dark type that I really wanted, that in my eyes paired really well with Pulse. It is what it is. But we're going to go ahead and try to make the best of a bad situation and pick up a poison type. Scolipede. Yeah, Scolipede is here, and I think Scolipede pairs phenomenally with Dragapult. What does Dragapult really not appreciate? It doesn't like dealing with Psychic types. No, what am I saying Psychic types? Dark types, that's the one. It doesn't like dealing with Dark types, and it doesn't like dealing with the Fairy types. And Scolipede, its stab handles both of them, which is awesome. So I'm really hoping that having Scolipede join the team will provide us with a lot of utility with its speed boost, but also with its spikes, and toxic spikes for Dragapult's hexes are going to be fantastic. And then just breaking teams down with a Swords Dance or a Life Orb are going to be really, really amazing for us. It is kind of frail, but still a good mod nonetheless. Has awesome coverage. It's like Aqua Tail, Earthquake, Rock Slide, I believe it gets as well. It definitely gets Rock Slide. I think it's like Superpower on top of that too. So a ton of really good options. Super excited about the Scolipede addition to our team. But again, really wish I didn't have to do that because I would like to have had T-Tar instead, and the points that were allocated for T-Tar went to Scolipede. So it is what it is. Our next mon though, again, this is where you see the hit of T-Tar hurting us. Instead of getting a really good, bulky, offensive, supporting dark type, we're going with one that's kind of one-dimensional, and that's going to be Pangoro. Now, Pangoro's good, don't get me wrong. I like Pangoro in general. The problem is it just doesn't do exactly what I need my dark type to do, which is going to be able to take hits, fire back, and then support the team. This thing is going to just destroy foes. It's going to mess people up. That's it. It's super strong. Iron Fist on its attacks, Mold Breaker, Scrappy. Scrappy makes it immune to Intimidate, by the way, which is amazing. And I definitely feel like having Scrappy in general is going to really change the game with Pangoro, because having Intimidate is just so nice. Parting Shot, though, is a big reason why I wanted this over Scrafty, even though it was more expensive. 10 points. Yeah, it's pretty pricey, but not the worst. I definitely think that having Pangoro is a solid Pokemon overall. Our next mon, though, I saw this thing in value, and it made no sense to me why it was in that tier, but I'll take it. So we're going to be grabbing Kadabra. Now, Kadabra at 2 points is awesome. What does it do for us? Well, it gives us a speed tier between the Dragapult / Scolipede and our Moltres at 105. So it's our second real Pokemon above 100. That's the one. Above 100. I don't really count the Scolipede because of speed boost, of course, so it's kind of like, some people don't even prep for Scolipede speed. I personally don't prep for Scolipede speed very often, so yeah. But regardless, it gives me a Pokemon that gets Sash counter. It's a guaranteed Sash mon as well, but I have the best Pokemon at firing off multi-attack moves in the game. Other than that, it's like random Rock Blast mons, using the O'Shea effect. Yeah. But I think Kadabra in general has a lot of utility for it. 120 special attack is awesome. It does get teleport as well, which is super nice, so it's slow momentum. Can pivot in and around on these Pokemon that want to switch out on it. And if ever my opponent is like locked into something and they don't want to die, I can like force them out with this and then just do a lot of damage to something else. It unfortunately doesn't get Nasty Plot or Focus Blast like Alakazam does, and that really hurts it. But having Dazzling Gleam is still really good. Having access to Psychic and Psyshock also really good, and same thing with Shadow Ball in general. It's a solid mon overall. I'm excited to have access to Kadabra on our team. Our next mon. Now, I have to go with this here. I have to go with this Pokemon here, and I really didn't want to. I want to put it to my very last pick, but I have to go with it now. We're going with Gigalith here. Now, the reason I went Gigalith as my Sand Setter now, instead of going with it later, was because I think it was Lucas had just got, I think he had a Dracovish and maybe another Sand Abuser, but I just couldn't allow him to get Gigalith because I really didn't want Hippowdon. I wanted to get Gigalith because I didn't want to repeat the typings, and at the same time, having a Pokemon that gets the boost in Spadef from the Sand is super important because my team right now doesn't have the best answers to especially offensive Pokemon outside something like Primarina, because Vikavolt and Moltres both have like a particular proclivity. That's the Harry Potter thing from McGonagall, to taking physical attacks over special ones because of either their stats or their abilities. So I feel very confident about having Gigalith as a decent special sponge, even though it's only got base 80 special defense. That Sand Boost just does wonders for it. So I'm super excited for Gigalith. Gets Rocks, my second rocker. Body Press is nice. Heavy Slam as well. Earthquake, Stone Edge, Rock Blast, whatever. Super awesome. Explosion on top of that. It's a good solid mon all around. And the fact that I can go for Explosion into my Sand Sweeping Drill, amazing. And the fact that I have, by the way, the fact that I have Excadrill with Sand Force with webs is super nice because that allows me to then just, well, run Sand Force. And I can then outspeed things still, even though I'm not in sand technically because of my Sand Boost, and just break everything. Super excited for that. I think that running Sand Force Drill on this team specifically is going to be very, very scary. Our next mon, though, is going to be a weird one. You can thank Liv for this one, but we're going with Porygon. Porygon, regular Porygon. I kind of regret not taking Porygon 2 or Porygon Z because they pair really well with Dragapult. But this is a Pokemon that is super bulky. This Pokemon at 1 point is so damn bulky. It has, first of all, let's just read its stats. 65 HP, which is, whatever. For a base Pokemon, it makes sense. But then 70 defense and 75 special defense with the Eviolite are great. This thing's going to be really hard to take down unless there's knockoff or there's going to be a fighting type around, which is great. It's a ghost immunity for me. It gets access to Teleport, it gets access to Toxic, gets access to a ton of really good coverage options, including Discharge and Ice Beam, which is amazing. Reliable recovery and Recover, of course, and it's just a really solid pivot all around for my team. I'm super excited to use Porygon. I think it's a phenomenal Pokemon for us in this team. In general, it's in the 1 point tier for a reason, but Liv seems to think it belongs in the 3 point tier, so we'll take the value and I'll definitely move on. But yeah, Trace is also really good, by the way, just so you know. So moving on, though, it is not a MattOshea draft unless I have 3 Pokemon that you guys know and love from my previous draft. That's going to be Lapras. Top 5 pick the Lapras is back, and we have it here for one reason. It is a water switch-in. It's immune to water, because right now my water switch-ins are kind of limited. I have my Resist in Dragapult and Primarina, and that's it. Okay, so we're going to use Lapras instead, but we do get access to Freeze Dry, so we can offensively pressure them too. This is why I wanted Lapras instead of another Water Absorb mon or another Water Switch-in, or like a better Grass type, for example, because it does get Water Absorb and Freeze Dry. Those are the big ones. It is weak to rocks, but it's not the end of the world. We have really good options for Defog and Rapid Spin in our Excadrill and our Moltres, and again, that's it. But it's okay. We'll do great still. So I feel good because heavy duty boots are in the game and no one really runs hazards anymore because of boots, even though they're still pretty popular, but forget what I'm saying. Anyways, It's just a good Pokemon all around. I have a lot of comfort with it, with Whirlpool Parasong sets, Toxic sets, just being a general annoyance all around. I kind of like Lapras as a Pokemon, and just having it as a backup water to Primarina is pretty nice. Our final mon, we have 3 points left. I use a Pokemon I've never used before, and I'm not really excited about it, but I kind of have to have it, and that's going to be our Lurantis. Now, Lurantis, what it does for me is it provides me with a Pokemon that is going to be giving me Defog 1, which is going to be fantastic for a team that is kind of struggling in terms of how many Defoggers we have. But it also gives me a Pokemon that can really pressure, again, opposing water types, which is nice. Also opposing ground types on top of that too. Right now, my answers to water types is kind of solely the Vikavolt, and if Vikavolt goes down or has a bad matchup, then it's not great because Dragapult, Excadrill, Moltres, Primarina might have a hard time breaking the water depending on what type it is, and depending on how much recovery options it has or special defense stat. So I want to have a way to kind of deal with them, and having Lurantis as an option is super solid. So guys, that's going to be our team here. All in all, it's just a good team. I think it's one of the better teams in the league. Others might disagree. I think honestly, I didn't do Dragapult justice with this draft, and that's kind of because of the snipes. And if I had access to T-Tar or Mandibuzz, which were my primary objectives for dark types, I think this team could have turned out a lot scarier, but it's still really scary nonetheless. And I definitely feel like having a team like this might just be one of the best chances we have at winning this whole league, this whole Champions of Galar Tour, and becoming the singular champion of Galar. Guys, I'm excited for this. I feel like we have a chance to win this thing. With your guys' support, we can definitely do it. I am positive. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below, of course. And of course, subscribe to the channel, guys. Our end of year goal was 5,000. We're still trying to reach 2,000, so let's try and do that. And of course, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you guys next time.